So, all of our ears do this, right? They go out from the back and they fasten into our heads. So we need to make, in the front they do this, right? There's that side, right? But in the back they stand out in a way, and it's because of this little pad shape back there. So look at somebody's ear, right? Or feel your own ear behind there, right? That's what it does. So if we want to make that look like that here, we can't just have this thing laying flat there. We need to make sure it tips up like an ear does, and then make this transition into the side of the head the way an ear does. But for now, we got the basic shape, and that's good. So, just so I know where this is going to be, right? All these lines I can get rid of, so I know that's it. So I know that my pad has probably got to go up about like this, right? So I am going to this is a Scoremeister tool. Cows want to know how to play the guitar. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to make it have 3 different levels, right? The highest level, right, as you see in this one here, right? This has a highest level here, right? And then there's an intermediate or middle, and then there's a lowest, where you stick your finger when you're itching your ear or you put your Q-tip. And then back here has this area that does this. And as you see in the front, this tapers away, right? It tapers down and towards your head. This sticks way up in the back. This tapers away in the front. Okay, so what I want to do first is come around here and use that line there to go around here. So you have highest, medium height, and then the lower and even the lowest goes back here, right? And you'll notice really subtleties about everybody's unique ears, and that is that there's this landscape, right? Like this comes up and around here, and then this has a kind of a bowl shape that turns around and goes into this area. So you're going to have to look at the specific ear that you're sculpting, that you do a picture of, and then go back and forth between that and the image, right? So you're going to be looking at the image, and then your drawing of the image, right? And you're going to be looking between these two, and then going back down to the actual piece, right? So now is where the fun starts, and you start fussing with the highs and lows. Okay, so now I'm at a stopping point. So I worked all wet, straight from the slab, and this is pretty flimsy still, but you can see this is really well along the way, but it's still rough. The main point is that it's based on the original drawing, like tucked back here, and then from the the actual thing, the drawing, and then this, and then the 3 lines. So there's the 1 line, there's the 2nd line, and there's the 3rd line. And they're about, like, I'd say 75% there, but I'm gonna let this dry for about 20 minutes and get leather hard, and then we'll come back. Okay, goodbye for now. So, we're gonna finish each of the features, and we'll start out with the first one we showed you, which was the ears. And this is a little deceptive because what you don't see is about an hour's worth of fussing with this. And I fussed with it using these basic tools, right? And mostly, as I had everything in place, I went in and dug things out, right? And to dig things out, of course, you might need that also, right? And then taking this tool and smoothing things out, right? Taking edges around, and taking this tool, the serrated rib, and carving things away and rounding out edges. And then finally, this one, which is it's a hacksaw blade, if you can find one, and if you just probably have one in your garage, but if not, ask a neighbor that has an old hacksaw, or you can get them at a hardware store. But anyways, they're just little blades, and they really, see how fine the marks are. So it is just a refining tool. Once you get everything to be 95%, then you're doing this. Now you might notice that this has all this textures all over the place, and you might want to just soften those textures, and this, using this Scotch-Brite, a little scouring pad from your kitchen, you kind of gently hit that, right? And it just takes down edges. I mean, you don't want to scour and put soppy water on it because it's going to
get rid of all those little tiny boogers too.
Yeah, all the little boogers that stand up in the end, it'll get rid of all those. And then if you do immediately take a sponge that you wrung out like crazy, no drippies. See, look, it's not, and then just gently hit that. And you can go back and forth. I do it many times, go, work on it, then I'll take a little away, work on it a little bit more. I like to leave some of the marks of the process in there, but to me, that is getting to look pretty much like the silhouette, and it's getting to look very 3D, and you can look on the back and see how that also has that going on, right? Okay, I'm gonna put a fork in this one and call it done. Goes out. Those are really moving. Woo! Really moving. Woo! Both at the same time.